This is a Distillery Channel network production, bringing you the distillerychannel.com.
Well, hello, Jean.
Hello, Randy.
What's going on?
I am thrilled to be doing this show tonight.
Well, live and in living color, coming to you high atop the 47th floor, because above us they did the Live Eco style at the 48th floor.
Right.
Here in downtown.
We're in a new studio. We're in a different studio.
Yeah,
we had to move
downstairs.
we had to go down one floor.
Yeah, we liked their style, but we had to just do it a little bit different. We changed the sign. The 65th floor of downtown Geneva, Illinois. Tall building, overlooks Northern Illinois. And we're on the 47th floor, looking out north. Looks beautiful. Anybody that wants to stop by can go down to the main desk downtown, get some passes, come up to the show. It'll be awesome.
And there's a lot of security you have to go through to get up.
It's very few. Hey, crowd, hold it down. I know. You got in. It's all good.
It's like the Willis Tower.
Yeah.
You ever tried to get into the Willis Tower before?
Several times you used to have an office there.
Yeah. You can't just walk in there.
No.
To get on the elevator. I mean, you can walk in the front door and get in the front door, and that's about it. And then they stop you with very official-looking people with badges and say, where are you going and why are you here?
Yeah. I'm going here to work, as I did yesterday, and the day before, and the day before.
You have to go like through 2 security passes, and yeah.
Where are we going this week, Gene?
Oh, my God. Well, apparently we're going to something palatial.
Well, where are the Olympics coming
Rio
from?
de Janeiro.
Awesome. Well, I like
Brazil.
This music. Yeah, this is going to be great music.
This is very Olympian.
I want this.
Oh, wait. It's not even just Olympian. I think that's the Olympic music.
This is going to be my funeral dirge. I want a flag, and I want people standing up.
People
and
waving
cheering.
and cheering.
Yeah. And the sign on my grave is going to say, he could have been somebody.
He was somebody.
Anyway, we're coming from Rio de Janeiro.
Yes.
I know. What are we going to do?
Well,
what are we talking about?
We have a ton of stuff to talk about. We have some great places to eat, drink, be merry, have fun, a little bit of culture, where you're going to stay, and best of all, what are the greatest distilleries, breweries, and wineries?
Really?
Yeah.
They have a bunch of them down there?
They do. They do. They got some stuff going on down there.
So it's the Olympics of the distilleries.
Yeah, kind of.
Who can drink the fastest? All right, line these 6 guys up. You drink. Boom, record.
Hey, that sounds like a great competition.
World record. All right. Listen now. They're marching.
Well, we're from the Midwest, so people know how to drink.
They're marching in the Conestoga wagons now, with full of beer and wine, coming into the center court. Get ready, get set, drink. All right. So what are we doing?
We're going to do a bunch of stuff here. Let's talk a little bit about Rio de Janeiro.
Yeah.
What do you know about it?
I know absolutely nothing other than they have some pretty interesting things.
That was not the answer I was looking for, by the way.
Well, this is your show. This whole week has been about Gene.
Brazil. Let's talk about Brazil.
No, wait a minute. No.
What?
Well, you asked. Now you get told.
Oh, well, you said you know nothing, so I was going to take over once again.
I did my research.
Okay.
Flying ants.
Wait a minute. Let's talk about Brazil. Let's not talk about your trivia
Brazilian wandering spider.
Okay.
Bottlenose dolphins, and a clown gets elected to Congress.
That sounds a little crazy.
These are deep research.
Interesting topics.
Deep research. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I want to talk a little bit about facts. Okay, so Brazil, they are the 5th largest country in the world. Mm-hmm. There's 12 other sovereign countries in South America, along with them. A couple of them, Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Chile, Colombia, Ecuador, Guyana. The list goes on and on.
Costa Rica, Belize.
Costa Rica, you're in the wrong country there, Rockstar.
Brazil.
We're in Brazil.
Dang it. I did all my research on Costa Rica.
Okay, so interesting. Olympics. Okay, we had the grand opening on Friday night. Yeah. And there are some statistics here. Do you know that there's 306 competitors?
No.
In different competitions taking place?
Well, there's more than 300.
There's over 10,500 competitors that are participating in this.
That makes sense.
The length of the Olympics is 17 days. Starts on the 5th, so do the math.
Yeah.
Tickets start at, what do you think they start at?
$40.
$40. You're right.
Really?
How did you know this? Because I don't have that
Don't
written
have a
down.
clue. I have no idea. It's
Weird.
just stabbing my empty flask.
Okay, so what's the top price that people are paying?
I think if for the opening night, it might be more than that. Probably for the track. Oh, wait a minute. We're coming back with all these answers in a minute. This is Randy and Gene, Distillery Channel. We'll be right back. You know, I broke my book.
I saw that. You had a wipe out there at the end of that.
How do you?
Were you getting excited talking about the Olympics or what?
I was getting. No, the thing I was excited about, I've been excited about since Friday night, is Giselle.
Giselle.
Damn. That woman, you want to talk about some numbers?
Yeah.
Let's look at her numbers.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
Oh, my God.
She's a stunning woman.
It was just absolutely amazing to watch her walk down. All they did. Now, this is one of the. This is the thing that cracks.
This is like the big deal for the opening, right?
Yeah. Well, they did this because this is what Brazil's got going for it.
Giselle.
Oh, and it was to this music.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh la la. What is this? The girl from Ipanema?
This is what they played.
Oh my gosh. I remember this song from when I was a really little kid.
Yeah.
Well, really little kid, actually.
So anyway, they had her in this white dress,
Uh-huh.
and the front of it had a slit coming up. Showed a lot of beautiful two legs actually. She walked just down the center court. Now, the thing of it is that's okay. I'm all good with that part. But the thing of it is, the reason they did that's one of the best assets that Brazil has going for it. And I agree, it was one of the best assets I've ever seen. It was,
There's no pun intended in
not at all.
that.
And
None.
the thing of it is that Tom Brady is her husband.
Yes.
He has this huge mansion.
Yes.
And he's strongly advocating now for a 7-game suspension.
I just want to go home and hang out with her.
No reason to go get beat up by big sweaty
Yeah,
guys.
they're a lovely couple. They are.
She helps him heal on the weekends.
Everything I read about them, though, that they're pretty cool.
They have a dual income. Now, when they get that check,
Large dual income.
when you get that dropped into your ATM and you go, hey, honey, we just had another, $3 million.
Like,
dropped in."
hey, honey, how are we going to pay for the rent this weekend?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, no, wait.
We don't have any. We have a 65-room mansion. So when they get mad at each other, they just play hide and seek.
You know,
Bye-bye.
there's a lot to be said about a 65-room mansion.
Hey, we're on the 47th floor.
Right.
Come on.
Right.
You know, we got a lot of room here. But a girl from Ipanema. It's good music.
It
Been
is.
around for a
It's
long
great
time.
music. It
Yeah.
actually is.
Yeah. Anyway, what are we talking about?
Was that attached to it like a show? Was that a movie that it was part of, or just the song came out?
I-
Do you know, actually, I was doing some research.
You know when it came out? 1962.
Okay.
What happened in 1962, Gene?
That was a good year. Just saying. So that girl was 17 years old. The song that this girl has written about, the research that I did, she was 17 years old. They yanked her off the street. Stunning woman. Mm-hmm. And she no background in show, movies, nothing.
Just had a good background.
She had a good background. Let's just leave it at that.
The girl from Ipanema.
Yes.
All right, let's go on. That's a beach, though, right?
Yeah,
It's a beach.
it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ipanema.
there's two famous beaches. There's Ipanema and there's Copacabana. Yes.
Well, Ricky Ricardo performed every night. No, that's Copacabana in New York. But Ricky.
Ricky and Lucille Ball. Do you remember them?
Lucy
and Ricky.
Lucy.
They were a very talented couple, though.
Now, possibly before your time in the 1950s, that was the big show.
Possibly.
We have to check the records.
Okay, go with that.
Some of us were born actually before the 1950s. I don't know. Our production staff.
Right.
Anyway, Ricky and Lucy, Lucy would go to the Copacabana to listen to Ricky perform, and generally it would be Spanish music on a bongo drum.
On a bongo drum.
You don't
played
remember?
bongo drums?
Well, he had.
Do
Go ahead.
you know about chashasa? No, wait a minute. Chashasa. Do you know what that is? Do you know what it is?
Sounds like a stalker.
No, it sounds like a Japanese.
It's a drink.
Like it's a drink. It's like rum. It's
like
a sugar.
rum.
Yeah, it is. It's a like rum kind of drink. Sugar cane. It's made out of sugar cane.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the
Cheers.
prominent alcohols in Brazil.
I've read that.
but it took me a long time to pronounce it.
Well, that's because we just looked it up on the internet. Because you have to
because it's on the internet. Because we believe everything that we read on the internet. We believe
everything we read on the internet. So one of the things is we're going to talk a little bit about food. Mm-hmm. Can we talk about food?
Sure.
I like their diet. It's all about meat.
Okay.
Okay, we're done talking about Brazilian food.
Well, there's more than just meat.
Not really. Have you been to Fogo de Chão? Fogo de Chão? Fogo de Chão? What do they pronounce
Fogo
it?
de Chão, I think it is.
Fogo de Chão. You know, what's that all about? It's all about meat, right?
Oh, yeah. It's like more meat than you would ever imagine eating. Like, yeah. It's
Brazil, and Brasilia in Spanish, but Brazil and Argentina both claim to be South America's...
Did you just make that up?
No, not at all. Barbecue champion. Mm-hmm. And while each have a different approach, they have many different accompaniments.
Premium cuts.
Premium.
Do you know about premium cuts?
I would hope that that's better.
Picana. It's the rump.
Picana. The rump. It's the rump. So when somebody says you got nice picana, boy, Gene, you got nice picana.
Nice picana.
Show me your picana. I'm going to do this in honor of the topless beaches that they have in Brazil. I'm going to do the last segment topless, Jane. They have topless beaches, right?
They don't.
What?
They don't. Okay,
What?
Here's the deal.
Come
Okay,
on.
just recently, within the last year or two.
What?
No, they do not. Contrary, they have women that wear very scantily clad thong bikinis, which you're going to find that anywhere, Miami, LA, wherever.
Oh.
But no, it's illegal to go topless. Now, I'm assuming that there's probably topless beaches somewhere, but
Right.
yeah, it's not. It's a big deal. Like, they're trying to make it okay to be topless down there, and they do it in some places, but it is not legal. There was a big thing a couple years ago. Women were like, making people aware of breast cancer, and they had tens of thousands of women went topless.
Tens of thousands?
Yeah, and they couldn't do
Can you
anything.
divide it by two?
They couldn't do anything about it. Nor I think did the police officials want to do anything about it, because the pictures that I saw were pretty attractive women.
Or did they put them in a lineup?
No, well, they were kind of lined up.
Now, wait a
they
minute.
were everywhere.
So down there, when you have toplessness, then they also have a very famous something else. The Brazilian.
Do tell.
I've never
Do you know where the Brazilian, like,
and
thing
we're way
came
off
from?
topic here.
We are.
we're in a
But
very...
it came from, who knew? It came from Brazil.
Brazil, and basically...
And you know why? Because they had such scantily clad...
So when you
swimsuits.
can show most of your hoo-ha,
Yes.
and because you got the
They
Brazilian...
don't show you their hoo-ha.
Well, you're trimming it up.
Okay, but you're not showing it.
Well, it's getting close.
Okay.
Well, why? So
What
how come
planet did you land on?
Brazil. I've seen pictures. But
Brazil's no planet. Weird.
So where are the demarcations laid? I guess we're going to the next topic. Anyway, finishing up on food. So, and again, the funny part of it is it's in Brazil, premium cuts.
Okay, let's go. Muqueca.
What?
Muqueca.
Muqueca.
Do you know muquecas?
Cow that gives milk.
No, it's fish stew.
What?
One of their foods. We're back on the food thing again.
Oh, that's right. Okay, go ahead.
Muqueca. It's a theatrical flourish as piping hot clay is uncovered in the table amidst the clouds of fragrance cream. I love these. I'm sorry, fragrance steam. I love these descriptions. It's the residents of Bahia in the northeast and neighboring state of Espírito Santo. Both lay claim to this origins of this dish. And again, muqueca is what we're talking about. It's simple fish, seafood, steamed, diced tomatoes, onions, and coriander.
That
sounds delicious.
awesome.
No, it does. It sounds delicious.
So the Capixabas, they must be people from Espírito Santo. They had a natural red food coloring called uricum. Anato seed. I don't have any clue what these things are.
I know, I don't either.
But I don't serve a
They all
heavier
sound
version.
good. So it sounds very spicy.
Anyway, I think
Very
what you do is you go in and you say, I'm Anthony Bourdain, serve that crap.
I would like your local food, please.
Yeah, go ahead. And I want 2 bottles of vodka and a good joint to go.
So if you want a clear head the next morning and you're not going to drink the cachaça.
Cachaça.
Just cachaça. You're going to drink a guarana. It's a sweet, fizzy energy drink.
Really?
That's what they drink. And also coconut water, which is agua de coco.
Agua de coco.
Sipped straight from the coconut. Hey, we've had that before.
We
had
have.
that down in Key West. Remember the guy that was like, whack? I thought he was going to whack his arm off.
Well,
doing
you had a
that.
whole demonstration of that.
I know. He was like, wanted me to do it too. I was not going to pick up that big sword.
I was watching that. I'm going to do that in slow motion.
How about, okay, here's my favorite.
All right.
Chocolate truffle, which is a brigadeiros. Simple, quite simple to make. They are a favorite at kids' parties nationwide. They're sweet balls. Made by a simmering condensed milk with cocoa powder. Sounds pretty simple.
See, speaking about sweet balls.
Yes. Where's this conversation going?
Well, it just, Random Thoughts by Randy. It's a new segment.
Okay.
Prostitution is legal in Brazil.
It is. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
what did you tell me earlier? There was a they were giving classes for
they
people
did.
to speak
So
international
to get
languages.
to get ready for the Olympics, the government gave free learn how to speak English classes to all the prostitutes so they could energize their patrons in a more conforming way using English.
How much conversation needs to go on there?
But my question is, why did they just learn English? There could be a lot of people from Europe. Would be a lot
I
of
don't
people.
know.
Do you know how many people watched Giselle watch down the runway Friday night?
No.
3 billion.
3 billion.
With a B.
That's big.
She had, assuming that half the audience was guys, she had 1.5 billion guys
Ogling her.
ogling her ass as she walked down the runway.
She's a model.
With a toddy in their hand, guys sat back and going, Tom Brady's got that. I don't like him. I really don't. Never liked Tom Brady.
No, but they are, like I said earlier, they're a cool couple. So
well,
it's you know what, it is what it is. She's a beautiful woman. She's from Brazil.
Why
would they not have her?
How does somebody?
Why would they not have her?
Okay, so when all famous people they decide they're going to date somebody famous, somehow there's got to be a registry of telephone numbers for famous people to call famous people.
Well, I think it's all about. No.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I mean, obviously, you run in different crowds with people that are.
No, he's a football player. She's a model.
I think they both lived in New York.
Really?
I think. I don't know.
Well, you still got to call her up, but where do you get that number?
I'm sure they probably knew some same people.
Well, I got to find that person.
Okay.
I want those numbers. I want to just talk. Let's
hang out.
Yeah. What do you guys do that's cool? Anyway, go ahead.
Hey, do you know about favelas? Favelas. So there's like a whole other. I mean, Rio's a huge city.
Yeah.
And so they're called favelas, but they're shanty towns. But there's like so much culture and so much like interesting dynamics of those cultures of where to eat, drink. It's very much a community. People there that live there are of less income, but it's a very fascinating part of when we go into a community.
Right.
I mean, even though we're talking about distilleries, wineries, and breweries and stuff, we go to communities and stuff. Much of what we do is we look at the kind of how people live and like what they do and stuff. And so the favelas are like they have tours there. People do you can go through these little communities and stuff. Just interesting to me.
Well, so do you stay there overnight? I mean, do we have to pay?
Oh, they're just like it's like anything. You'd go through it, and I mean, probably.
Are we going to talk about distilleries, wineries,
Absolutely,
breweries
we
later?
are at some point.
Do they have any down there?
They do.
Now, my understanding is that they do have a lot of microbreweries because it's so costly to import. Right?
Yeah, it is. It is. And, everything is very expensive down there. And because of the economy, people don't necessarily have the cash to spend on things that we like to, entertainment, which is obviously, having drinks and cocktails.
I think that's what Obama. We're going to talk about Obama teaching people how to brew beer in the kitchen.
In the White House.
Randy and Gene, we'll be right back. Well, Gene.
Yes, Randy.
What do we do best for the people
Coming
that
soon
we have?
to distillerychannel.com
We
along
listen
with
to
our
commercials.
award-winning Where to Play
Here we
Golf
go.
radio team.
It's about a
We'll
Where
be
to Play
traveling
Golf
to
team.
great destinations like Hawaii, the Golden Isles of Georgia, Napa and Sonoma, and even Lake Tahoe. Even more spectacular, you can now sign up to join us on our 2016 Station for Vacation listener trips created for you, our loyal fans. Join myself, Randy Weckerly, and Gene Latham of the distillerychannel.com, along with Where to Play Golf's Michael Stewart, America's #1 golf course writer, and Tim Bona, travel correspondent, as we venture to these world-class destinations. Joining us on these trips will be golf iconic LPGA Hall of Famer Nancy Lopez and her Nancy Lopez Golf Adventure Team. Learn the finer points of golf and enjoying life while sharing one-on-one moments with Nancy and her team, and learn what makes a real pro tick. Sign up now and get more information about our fall and spring upcoming trips. More information can be found at thedistillerychannel.com. That's thedistillerychannel.com.
You know, I gave that guy lessons of how to do commercials.
Mm-hmm.
He had no idea.
Was he not listening?
Huh? No.
Was he not listening?
He did a great job.
He did an awesome job.
Except I still want to talk about our travels.
Our travels.
Yeah. Do we have anything coming up soon?
We have a couple fun things coming up.
What's #1 in your heart?
Oh, my goodness. Well, #1, like right now, we're looking at, more than just one #1. We're looking at some trips to Maui and Hawaii.
Right.
We're looking at Costa Rica. We are
Lake
going
Tahoe?
to Lake Tahoe. We are going to Italy.
Yeah. Oh, man. Can't
Yes.
wait. Can't wait for that. Cannot wait.
Yeah, we got some good stuff going on. We're doing destination travel. We've got some amazing places all around the world, actually, that we're heading
Here's
out
one
to.
for you. Oh, Brazil.
Brazil.
We're going to bring it back into Brazil now, Gene.
We're going back to Brazil.
You want to go to Brazil?
I do. I
Yeah?
actually do. No, it's
What do
on
you
my
wanna
bucket
do?
list.
What's your #1 thing
You know
to do?
what? I know this sounds crazy, but I love. Obviously, the Amazon is there,
Right.
and I'm pretty adventuresome, as you
Right.
know,
Right.
and I wouldn't do it on my own, but I would love to go into the Amazon just to see the beauty and the depth of what's going
Right.
on there. I mean, the flora, la fauna, the animals. You do not want to go in there, I don't think, without somebody that's pretty experienced.
Once
But I
again,
would
Gene, I'm going to
love
be the
to
guy. I'm
experience-
going to be the guy on the back boat.
You're going to be actually. You're not even going to be on the boat. You're going to be in a helicopter over the top of
If
it.
it's safer, yes.
I'll be in the boat,
Right.
sweating buckets of whatever.
I'll be screaming down.
And you'll be like,
Anaconda.
You'll be like,
Anaconda,
Alvin, your
Gene.
piece in, and he'll be
Yeah.
like, oh, look to your right, look to your right.
Anaconda, Gene. Big anaconda. You know,
But
it's fun.
that's #1. What about you? What's on your list to go down there?
I would think going down there. The one thing so I saw this movie called Blame It on Real.
Is
Really sick and twisted movie. It's back in the 80s, and I think it had Michael Caine in it.
right?
And basically, he ended up. He and his best friend were having troubled marriages, and they go to Brazil and they take his best friend's daughter on the trip. And his best friend's daughter is a little seductive, in the Brazil way.
Right.
They're in Brazil, they're out of the country. And she maybe 17 or 18, but it's his best friend's daughter.
Okay, I just asked you where you want to go.
Well, the thing is, Brazil.
Where are you going
in
with
that,
this?
In that movie, it was really fun. It was enticing. It got in everything about Rio de Janeiro. It looked like it was a lot of fun.
Right, and I think it's
great
about,
homes.
but
to
it's
go to the beach.
it's about the culture and just the
Yeah.
food and the drink and the experience. I mean,
It
it
was-
is, but that's everywhere that we go. I
It was
mean,
a
that's
let-loose time, yeah.
everywhere that we go. That's what we want to experience. So yeah, in Rio de Janeiro, there's so many levels. I mean, I talked a little bit about the favelas. There's just so many different communities and areas of, depending on where and how you want to spend your time. There's amazing outdoor nature, and again, food and drink over the top, amazing accommodations, the art, the whole music scene. Do you know samba? Samba came from. Do you know the
Really?
dance samba?
Yeah, sure.
It came from Brazil, and and I'm going to be pulling a little blank on this right
Where
now.
did the tango come from?
The tango, I do not know.
That is a really seductive dance.
Yeah,
It really is. I don't know where it came. Anything I didn't know, I just claim it's going to be from a Spanish.
right.
I don't want to study it that hard. The big thing I want to do in Rio is go to the beach. I think that beach, any time somebody looks at what's going on the beach, it looks like hundreds of thousands of people going to the beach, and they're all in shape.
But everybody, and that is true. Everybody hangs out, and they have I'm in there. I think it's a pretty healthy lifestyle, and it's very social. That's their big social outlet. So,
And the country advocates to keep people in shape. They have biking trails that they put money into. They have workout programs to put money into, and they don't have a lot of money. In fact, the opening Friday night, all they had was fireworks, basically, and they couldn't invest a lot of money. They have some financial struggles.
Yeah, they do. They have. I mean, politically, they've had some major challenges, and the infrastructure is a little bit, shaky right now. But the thing is that it is a beautiful, amazing city, and there's so much culture and so much to experience there that it makes up for it.
Yeah.
I would go there.
When I used to work at a diamond store, I was a diamond manager.
Right.
And people come in and get married, and I'd say, well, if you're going to go down to Brazil to go on vacation, south of the border, anywhere, buy a not diamond, you know, that might look like the one you got for your wedding. Because if you don't take anything down there that has any value, and you get something stolen, well, you're giving them exactly that, nothing of value. So don't take anything that would you know, entice anybody. So if you don't, you know, have anything, I think you're going to be okay. Just be aware.
But that's a lot of places.
Yeah, that's
not
what I'm
just,
saying. Don't
just
go.
Brazil, Rio.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like a lot of places. I mean, you don't want to take expensive stuff with you. Hey, let's talk about their drink. Let's talk about their drink that's kind of known nationally in Brazil. I'm going to be terrible at pronouncing this again. It's called it's Caipiranha. Caipiranha.
Let's call it the Piranha.
I don't know.
For our purposes.
But it does. I mean, it's a pretty simple drink. It's 2 ounces of the cachaça and a half lime and 2 teaspoons of sugar. And then you muddle the lime and the sugar, and the basically rum goes over the top of it on ice.
Sounds
pretty
awesome.
simple.
Yeah.
Pretty simple.
Are we still going to have a drink recipe later?
That is it.
That's it?
That's it.
Well, we have to play the music now.
Sorry. I didn't know.
You know what? That's all right. We got so many facts. We got Olympic facts. Just a couple of quick Olympic facts. So the discus the record for the discus in 1900 was about 128 feet. Men's discus record in
how many
right
feet?
Now, 128.
Okay.
Discus record now is about 228. So basically, those guys back in 1900 would throw it twice just to get it past what the guys are doing now.
Okay, so is there a lot of difference in like what they use for a type of discus? Okay.
No, they have.
Curious.
There's a junior high size and a high school size and the college size, and that's the Olympic size. The women, though, the thing that they get, their discus, when they get their discus in junior high, that's the only size they get. So they're much smaller. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Women tend
to
be
I'm glad they're participating.
I mean,
you know, I'm glad they're participating.
Well, I'm glad that you're glad about that, Randy.
Well, it just
there is a place for women in this world.
Title IX destroyed men's track at NIU.
Thank God.
It did. I mean, there's a girls' track team now, but no men's track team. And but it had to be honestly.
Those damn women.
No,
Jeez.
Now don't go down that path because honestly, I think I coached girls' soccer teams, and I think it's great that women they've done what they've done. Back when I was in high school, before electricity, about all girls could do is go to home ec and cheerlead. Seriously, I mean, there wasn't really much for them to do. And now, you know, when that whole switch came. And Title IX has really balanced it. I think it's great because you look at what's going on in the Olympics, and you have women's gymnastics. You've got women's beach volleyball.
Those have been around for a while.
People like to watch women's beach volleyball. You know.
I like watching women's volleyball.
Yeah.
I like beach volleyball. Oh my God, those women are they are powerful,
yeah, huge.
But athletically powerful.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just
and they take their
so
uniform
strong.
and a thimble kit.
That's right. You know what? They're the girls that can pack. They're like, I'm packed now for 3 weeks, and they've got like a little, 21-inch
pull out their change
carry-on.
purse. They got 3 changes of clothes.
Oh my gosh!
Whoever said that? So I'm going to be the commissioner.
That's not a bad way to live, though. I'm telling you.
I'm
simple.
I'm the commissioner of beach volleyball, and the guys get to wear baggy shorts and T-shirts, and the girls get to wear less. That's such a scam. I don't care what it is.
Why?
Because it is. I mean, seriously.
What's the scam? I'm confused.
Well, some guy decided that, whatever it is, they don't wear very much. I mean, that clothing is...
What's the scam, though? You said it's a
next
scam.
Topic. I think,
I'm like, what's the scam?
I think some guy decided that's going to be pretty good. Let's talk about the Brazilian wandering spider. Just a who knew segment here, just very quick.
Who knew? Okay.
Do you know what the Brazilian wandering spider is?
I have no idea.
It's sort of like a men's Viagra. You get bit, you're going to have a lot of... Well, what do they say? How could I say it? You're going to have a full
I don't know.
erection.
You're the one bringing this topic up.
Oh, my God. I'm always getting into trouble in this show. Anyway, you're going to have a full-style erection, and then when it goes away, you're going to be impotent. So you don't want to get bit by...
That sounds like a terrible thing.
Brazilian wandering spider.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. No, go ahead, Gene.
Who knew? I'm kind of speechless
I'm
after that one.
I'm done talking now.
I don't know.
No,
I'm kind of speechless.
I
I want to talk about, let's talk about anything but that.
Distilleries,
that?
wineries, breweries. How about bottlenose dolphins?
Hey, Oh, okay. You know what I was going to mention though, real quick?
Yeah.
The Zika virus, the Zika thing going on.
Yeah.
You know, they have it's national or international, I should say,
Right.
and you know, there's just a few precautions. There's a lot of athletes that chose to bow out of the Olympics simply because of the Zika virus and all the.
Right.
I mean, it's not even just getting bit by a mosquito, but like if you are at the age where you're having babies,
Right.
potentially can have some serious effects both for men and women.
Right.
And so that's been an issue, and definitely with Rio, because obviously the Olympics are there and the attention has been on them.
Right.
But I mean, there's a lot of countries around the world that are concerned about it.
Well,
and
the men golfers pulled out, and the women golfers didn't. You know, seriously.
Really?
Yeah, and the reason is, I don't know, but the women are really going to go down there. They're going to experience. Men, the difference is, I heard, whether it's right or wrong, is that the virus can be carried in their sperm for months or years.
Right.
And I guess in the women, if they get it and they're not pregnant, it's gone, it's good, you know. But for men, it's a real complicated, scenario.
Right.
And, now Zika is down in the Miami area. I guess they got that cleaned up due to real quick advocacy of going in there and cleaning it up last week. But anyway, Zika, you got to live with it, live without it, or we'll be right back. Randy and Gene. Now, just for the fun of it, we're going to talk about destination travel, Gene.
Yes.
Let's talk about, first, the hotels we're working with.
Yes. Hey, we are working with the Belmont, which actually is, interestingly enough, they have a beautiful location. It's the Belmont at Copacabana.
Really?
In Rio de Janeiro.
Really?
Yes.
Well,
no, I'm lying to you.
Well, maybe our friends.
You're looking at me like, no, really?
No, they're fantastic places.
We have destination hotels,
right?
Which is just recently affiliated with Commune Hotels.
Right.
We have the Westons.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sheridan's.
And Starwood.
Starwood Hotels change. So almost anywhere we want to go in the world and line our listeners up to go, we're going to do it. Lake Tahoe, Jacksonville, Florida, Miami, Italy, Hawaii, meaning Maui and Kauai. We're going to go. You know, the problem with us is...
What?
Those live commercials, we can't get enough in.
Well, you have to be very diplomatic about what you're trying to get in there, because there's like so many interesting, great things that we could talk about.
Yeah, if people go to livecostyle.com, do we have any information there people can share? Probably do. WheretoplayGolf.com and the distillerychannel.com.
Yes.
We're all the same people. 47th. Oh, wait a minute. Uh-oh. We're going to talk distilleries maybe finally?
Yeah.
Wineries,
I think so. We need
breweries.
to.
How many do they have?
How many of what do they have?
Well, distilleries, wineries, breweries.
A lot.
Yeah, it's your
That's
show.
kind of a... What do you keep saying is my show?
It is.
It's our show.
Our show.
Trying to let you know that there are a lot of them.
There's 1,300. So, meaning a lot. So the funny thing of it is that when you start talking going down in distilleries, wineries, breweries, what we were talking about earlier is that the import fees on, I think it's beer coming in from offshore, is very, very high. So to have people that are going to be wanting a brew once in a while, they're going to have to do it from locally based, breweries.
Well, I think the other thing is it's very expensive, and so there's a lot of these like little craft micro breweries popping up. So it's pretty expensive for most people to buy, and so that's where a lot of these they're pretty interesting. There are a lot of them a lot of the breweries are kind of out like in more rural areas of the country of Brazil. They have. Just was looking because I'd read this earlier, but I was looking for this article.
Well, the thing of it is, the cool part about it is that Obama, when he's done in the next 89 days, as I was saying, he can go down to Brazil because he learned how to.
He's brewing beer out of the.
He's
brewing beer out of the White House
in the
right
White
now.
House kitchen, has it burn it down, and he found a way to brew
beer.
Brew.
Okay, so they actually have a brewery route. In Rio's mountain region. This is pretty interesting. So they've formed actually a brewery trail.
Really?
Yes,
Oh, that's
a brewery
cool.
trail. So they have in Rio de Janeiro, they have it's a tourist route, highlights the world-class breweries. Brazil's Secretary of Tourism, Nilo Sergio Felix, met with Alexander Zerbaran, which is a consultant guy that helped them get this put in place. They have the Bohemia Brewery in Petropolis. Is that like Metropolis?
No,
What was that, like Superman? Yeah.
Yeah.
Rio de Janeiro. The Bohemian Brewery is in Petropolis. It's already a popular destination for beer lovers and the photo internet recreation, which there's some pretty stunning pictures that you can take. Pretty beautiful scenery. The routes planned through Petropolis. Get this. I'm going to say these all right. I promise myself. Terrasopolis, Nova Friburgo. The next one I can't say. Caxiaros de Macaco, Santa Maria Madalena, and Guapimiran. So there's 15 participating breweries in this route, including major players in the industry. Bohemia is one of the largest brew companies and that's in Petropolis. The brewery route projects that they're going to infuse $8 million into the state government investments.
Wow!
So it's pretty big deal, and so they've just started this in the last couple of years.
One of the I love this name of this cafe called Delirium.
Delirium. What happens there?
It's
You get crazy?
It's in. You think everything I'm talking about, I always got to get crazy. No, it's in Ipanema. Has a fantastic range of beer.
Okay, I'm sorry. What's the definition of delirium? A little nutty, right? Like delirium. If you're delirious, you're a little woohoo.
Well, I'm still maintaining the mic on this side of the table. Yeah, it's in Ipanema. It has a fantastic range of beers, including lethally strong Belgian Trappist beer, pale ales from Chicago, and Irish stout. The bar also has good selection of local brews, including the most popular Colorado beers, and their own Bato beer, which is delicious and served in frosty half liters. Prices are high.
Prices are high. That's what I said. I mean, to drink in Rio de Janeiro, I think it's not for it's relatively expensive, based in comparison to what people earn.
Yeah, and another one located in Botafogo. Beer box.
Botafogo.
Beer box.
Is it like Fogo de Chao?
I'm servicing our listening audience.
Oh, I was just asking. Go ahead. Sorry.
Trying to bring it down to your speed. Anyway, Botafogo.
Ooh, slam.
Beer box. It's primarily a mail order business that sells selection boxes. The rumor has it that you can buy beer by the bottle in the shop and drink it on the premises. Either way, if you're looking for an introduction to Brazilian beer, they will no doubt be able to help you out. The supermarket at the Botafogo Cobal also stocks an impressive array of local and imported beers. Anyway, they do. So you get to order a box of one beer.
Box of beer.
Awesome. That was great. Can we do that again?
I would like a box of beer, please.
I'd like to go to amabeer.com.
Do you know that Brazil currently ranks third as a producer of beer in the world?
What?
True. No, true. They account for 12% of the domestic industry, 2% of the GDP. It says Brazil currently ranks third as a producer of beer in the world. Just saying.
Well, then if they have that, they don't have to import anything.
Well, they.
No?
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
It's
like anywhere. It's like anywhere in the world. Like you always like beers from places. I mean, countries that you're not from. So I
wonder if Jeffrey Bezos at Amazon.com says, "Oh my God, I just
don't give many ideas."
I'm sure he's listening to our show at home.
Right.
He's going, "I don't have beer in there in Amazon."
Uh-huh.
Oh no! Oh no! Here goes Jean. Get it out, Jean.
Shut up.
She's allergic to
Oh
Jeffrey
my God.
Bezos' name. You watch.
Oh my
If I say Jeffrey Bezos again, she's going to sneeze. Jeffrey Bezos.
Just give me a minute here.
Bezos. She sneezes.
So, okay, here's a reason. One of the reasons that there's been such a increase of the microbreweries is that the taxation. There's been a reduction of taxation in the state of or the country of Brazil from 25 to 13%.
Really?
That's pretty significant.
Well, I don't care. I don't live there.
Well, I'm just saying though, but that's the reason for
if you're going down to
the
Brazil,
increase.
I bet they got some great beers. Now here's another. Let's shift to wineries.
Wait a minute, I got one more thing to tell you.
All right.
So there's this thing called CHOP, CHOPP down there. It's an ice cold pale lager, and that's become really, really popular.
Yeah.
CHOP is the newest way to cool down, relatively new. I just think that's, let's see.
Well, don't get lost here.
Never mind.
Chop.
Oh,
Chop.
okay. Go ahead, Randy.
You know, one of the... okay, I'm going to shift to wineries.
Okay.
Are you mad at me?
No? Go ahead. Keep talking. Talk.
All right. Today, the production of fine wines in Brazil totals 10,000 hectares. You know what a hectare is? It's a lot of acres.
It's a lot of acres.
Of grapes, divided into 6 main regions. These are approximately 150 wineries producing fine wines around the country. Brazilian wine and industry also comprises of 1,100 other wineries.
1,100?
What it says here.
That's huge.
Let's audit. Mainly located on small farms, an average of 2 hectares per family, dedicated to the production of table and handcrafted wine.
When I was reading this, though,
Yeah.
here's what I'm thinking. Though I think it's like in Italy. It's in a lot of these countries. I think a lot of people handcraft this, like for their. I mean, not only their personal consumption,
Right.
but friends, family, local. I mean, it is. That's what it is.
Right.
Like they have all these, like, because I think a lot of them are pretty small little wineries. But yeah, they're on the average. Okay, so I'm reading mainly located on small farms. They're on mainly 2 hectare size properties. So
Right.
pretty small. And they are dedicated to the production of table and handcrafted wines.
But what's amazing, the one statistic that comes out,
Uh-huh.
they're the 5th largest producer in the southern hemisphere and is one of the fastest growing markets in the globe.
Mm-hmm.
So who are the other 4 that are ahead of them?
I don't know, but we might have to check. We have to check
We
that
got to
out.
go.
I'm going to say one is probably Italy. I'm going to say one
No,
is
southern hemisphere.
in the southern
But
hemisphere.
is that southern?
Sorry.
Now, wait a minute. Southern hemisphere, wouldn't that include just be South America? It doesn't include Africa, does it?
I don't know. You know, it's a good question. It is a good question. I don't know.
Could we have one of our teachers stand up, volunteer to go to the library and check that out?
Check that out.
they'll-
I'm geographically challenged
we'll have
right
to
now.
talk to Dr. Bob. He wants to take us to Peru, by the way.
Do you know? He wants to say, "Oh, yeah, I know we want to go to Peru." But let's finish talking about this.
All right.
So, one of the most popular wine regions, is called Sultan,
Okay.
and the Sultan's portfolio is basically 2 family members that run the show. We have Mauricio Sultan and Daniel Sultan.
Really?
Yeah, they have it's easy drinking bottles for moments of pleasure and moments of joy. But they're one of the most popular. They make an amazing sparkling wine.
It says here, we follow the principle of my great-great-grandfather, said the co-founder, sharing wine with friends.
I like
That's
wine
it.
with friends.
They have sharing 4 words, sharing wine with friends. That's it. Sultan has been developing a reputation for its sparkling wine, and the Sultan Intenso Brut, $15, is lively, refreshing stuff, a great summer aperitif. We've got about 16 minutes on this show. We got a lot.
16 minutes,
So-
Lucy.
So what we want to do is we want to go swimming on the beach, right?
No, I want to talk about distilleries real quick.
Okay, go.
We have to talk about distilleries.
All right.
So they have some amazing distilleries.
Okay.
One of them is a seaside distillery. It's called Sotillo in Santo Antonio.
Okay.
And the name of the company is Maria Isabel. This is actually, it's a big one. It is big because I did some research on this as well.
All right.
Personally preserved homemade tradition by distilling the cachaça. Cachaça.
It's like saying that word.
I know, it is.
I don't
It's
think
pretty
it's
cool.
right, but I think it's...
No, I do think it's right.
All
Okay, so they're distilling from the cachaça since 1996. It's a sugarcane culture, bottling only the best distilled spirits in the country of Brazil. It dates back to 1800s. So Isabel works almost single-handedly. This is pretty interesting. Like, it's literally a single woman that's doing this. That's interesting. One single woman, 4 employees. The plantation lies on a significant slope, a significant incline. But yeah, they've made headlines and news in the distillery industry in Brazil.
Yeah, it says a difference in preserving the liquor for at least 1 year is stored in wooden barrels before bottling. Gold and oak, silver and jacuitibal. And in addition, there are these 2. In addition to these 2, there are also an excellent bluish variety with the use of tangerine leaves during fermentation, as well as aged special reserve that is served only at the distillery.
It's actually one of the most reputed distilled spirits in the region. Oh, get this. You'll like this. In the Playboy magazine in Brazil, it has a quality rating
Of
the top, one of the top 10 in Brazil.
What do they rate those in? Bunny ears?
I don't know. One bunny, two bunnies. I don't know. Bunny ears, bunny bodies. I don't know.
That's pretty cool. It says a visit to the distillery requires scheduling, and particularly to receive instructions on how to get to the property, and be hosted by Isabel herself.
Mm-hmm. Now, it's small run. I mean, it is.
Yeah, but think about all the distilleries we've visited. It's all family. Our people running them. That
right. There are a lot of family. Yeah, a lot of family, extended family. That's
cachaça. So when we get done drinking, we go swimming in the beach. Have you heard about what's going on at the beach in the water?
A little bit, yes.
Brazil?
Yeah, there's some water issues.
You know, they always talk about the special water for distilleries in North America.
I don't think you want to talk about it down there.
I don't know.
At least not near Rio.
Well, I don't think we're going to distill any water, that special water, out of the bay because my understanding is that some of the water aquatic events in the Olympics, even if you're, Dr. Bob, again, was telling us that, like even if they're paddling like in kayak or whatever, and that spray could get in their mouth or nose or eyes, it's so toxic.
Point blank, there's a lot of sewage in the water.
Well, I didn't want
Let's
to
not beat around the bush, but there is a lot of sewage in the water because the infrastructure is like kind of a little bit jiggity down there. They're having issues with.
Didn't you say they find cadavers?
Well, apparently
that's an issue.
Yes.
Get the net, Bill. Jose, we got the big one now.
That's not funny, but yeah,
the point is, it's just disgusting.
Yeah,
it really is. And you got people that they have deep. Well, Dr. Bob went for 2.25 mile swim this weekend in Lake Superior.
Right,
relatively clean,
pretty
no sharks.
Clean water, yeah.
Down there, there are distant swimmers who have to do open water swimming. In that, so I read a quick topic. So they have practice pools for the indoor, the speed swimmers and all that. They have 75 lifeguards watching these Olympians.
For fear they'd go under? Wait, a refrigerator is on
I wonder
me.
what's wrong with their business plan.
That's not good. Not good.
Yeah, ridiculous. So let's talk about our other shows. WhereToPlayGolf.com, featuring Michael Stewart, America's #1 golf course writer, and Tim Bona, the travel
correspondent,
is part of our team. And where they're going is all over the country. And now, part of the Where to Play Golf, we have on our team Nancy Lopez, America's sweetheart, iconic Hall of Famer, LPGA player, winner of 3 U.S. Opens. Nancy Lopez is now part of our destination travel team, going to be part of some of our trips going to Hawaii, Lake Tahoe, and any other place where we can line up a trip. Nancy.
Any other great place to go.
Anyway, Nancy and her team of Sue and Teresa, and we're going to put together great trips and get to know how a kind of golfer lives, eats, and dines. And Nancy couldn't be finer, more one. Isn't she great?
She is wonderful. She's amazing. I just met her for the first time the other night. She is fabulous. She is just, you feel like you've been her friend forever.
She sat down, and the cool story about Nancy, God, just divert a little bit. I find this the sweetest story been in golf. And so Nancy in her life now down in Florida, a lot of houses. She's now going to go to a city in Florida, and she joined a country club with for different reasons. So anyway, she was entered into the Women's Twilight League.
Oh my goodness!
Can you imagine? Here you go. You're
world golfer. She's playing Twilight now.
You got teeing off at 6 o'clock on Friday night.
You know what, though? The cool thing about that was the story that she shared with us. She's worked so hard all of her life.
Right.
She's so accomplished in her business and in the world of sports. Yeah. And for the first time in her life, she's just able to play for the fun of it. I mean, I shouldn't say that. She's played for the fun of it all the way through. Right. That is just her personality. Right. But clearly now she's just enjoying golf and friends and family and just, I mean, that's what it's all about.
Could you imagine on the first, and this is what cracks me up. So you got, the first tee, Twilight League Friday night, everybody's, going in and having a couple pops. And on the tee, Ethel Smith, Bertha Jones, and Nancy Lopez. And Nancy comes and she says the funniest thing. She says, Randy, I'm a 2 handicap. I want them all. Now, the cool part, the other story she told us was, one of her friends was encouraging her to have a little bit of a drink. She's not a drinker.
No.
So what was the drink?
Oh my gosh, I can't remember now. Way it was.
It was like, what was it?
Funniest story.
Yeah, she was. It was like raspberry iced tea or something like that with vodka in it.
Yeah.
And maybe she had 3 or 4 of them. And she said she went into her room and collapsed face first on the bed. She's not a drinker. She doesn't swear a word, and she couldn't be more. I just can't say enough about Nancy.
She's just gracious, very lovely woman.
And if you want to get to know somebody, come on our trips and sit and get to know Nancy, because her and her team, Sue and Teresa, are just. You're going to learn about golf, but you're also going to learn about what it is to have fun. You know what's happening here, Gene?
I have no idea what's happening, Randy.
We are entering into the last segment of the show. And we're going to have some fun facts that are going to be coming up.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
I can't wait for the fun facts.
Who knew?
Who knew?
I know.
I'm gonna share some of my fun facts.
Go right ahead. You're up.
Also, you go. You
Me
go first.
Well, in this day, I always like to take a look at what happened. They're down in Brazil, right?
No.
Oh my goodness. This was Peru in 1947.
We're in Siberia now.
As far as I'm concerned, Peru, Brazil, Colombia, whatever, Argentina, same part of the world. 1947, the Kon-Tiki expedition, headed by Thor Heyerdahl, which had carried a 6-man crew aboard a balsa wood raft, basically went across the Pacific Ocean and crashed into a reef in Tuamotu Islands, Polynesian archipelago. And being at sea after 101 days, I guess he's sort of glad to crash into something.
Oh, my God. Here's a great fact. Rod Stewart, estimated, played in front of 3.5 million people at the Copacabana Beach in 1994. Really? Where were you in 94?
In 1930.
And Rolling Stones, let me follow this up. Rolling Stones topped it, Aging Rockers pulled in just 1.5 million when they played in the same location in 06.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you something else. I told you about that spider?
Yes.
In this day, 1935, England had a flying ant plague. Flying ant plague.
That sounds awful.
Flying ants, which I've never seen. Were plaguing London to the point where they were stopping a tennis tournament. Heaps of the noxious insects were invading pantries and piling up on doorsteps.
That sounds terrible.
And
I would be freaking out if I had flying ants on me. Can you imagine? Like, oh my God, I would be.
And now in 1945 in Japan, of course, remember they were during the war, and President Truman decided to put an end to that. Japanese decided to put in the headlines in the newspaper. Here's the headline: Japanese Imperial Headquarters stated, a new type of bombs have been dropped, causing considerable damage.
Oh, that's bad. Oh, my goodness.
U.S. confirmed it was a single bomb.
Hey, let's go back to mythical jester runs the city during Carnival. King Momo, legendary party animal, then takes the helm through the jamboree. Slopes off at the end, presumably because he's a little hungover.
Who is this?
It's called King Momo. He runs. He basically gets handed over the keys to the city from the mayor during Carnival.
So these is now in our true Who Knew Facts. Some other things about Brazil. The inmates down in Brazil can get time off for pedaling bikes.
I would like to see that here in the U.S.
And what it does when they pedal the bikes, it generates power for the local street lamps. And they also can get time off for their sentence if they read a book and give a report. Now here's another Who Knew Fact. And again, in the political state of the United States, this one might fit. There's a Brazilian clown called Tiririca, using slogans like, "What does a federal congressman do? I really don't know, but if you vote for me, I'll tell you. And if it can't get any worse, vote Tiririca." He became the second most voted congressman in Brazil's history. Tiririca, the clown.
The clown.
Yeah.
Known as the clown, a.k.a. clown.
That's Tiririca.
What is that?
Well, did we talk about the bottlenose dolphins talking to fishermen?
No. What's that all about?
Bottlenose dolphins actively herd fish toward local fishermen in Brazil, then signal with tail slaps for the fishermen to throw their nets. This collaboration between man and dolphins has been occurring since at least 1847 in Brazil. Who knew?
Hey, I want to tell you, though.
Yep.
Dolphins are smart. Oh my gosh, they're such smart. Do you remember when we saw those we were down in Kiawah Island, down in South Carolina. We saw them driving, not to fishermen necessarily, but we saw them driving fish up on the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's how they catch their dinner. They work in teams.
Yep.
Teams. It's all about teamwork.
They stay in the water and they don't get taxed.
It's an interesting phenomenon.
They got to be pretty smart.
Yes.
Yeah, that who knew thing about dolphins, though. I mean, hurting them and then, okay, guys, time to go get the fish. I don't know. That just sounds bizarre. A lot of who knew. So where are we going next?
I want to talk just briefly. Okay, so we've got Christ the Redeemer. Okay, so everybody knows the iconic statue. In it's Mount Corcovado, I think it is how it's pronounced.
Right.
That it's a iconic statue. It stands with his, the arms raised over the city. It is. I find this interesting, which makes sense, but apparently it's been struck by lightning numerous times. Okay. Really? High, tall object with arms spread out. Let's see. So this was constructed. It started in 1922. It was completed in 1931. Cost about $250,000, and it was actually funded by a Catholic community of Brazil.
Really?
So up until I think it was like 2010 or something like that, it was the largest Art Deco statue in the world, and fifth largest statue of Jesus. 5,000 people visit this thing annually, and it's also in 2007 it was noted as the new 7 wonders of the world. So, but here's the interesting thing: the thing gets struck by lightning all the time.
Well,
who knew?
Well, and the thing over there with wait a minute. Unfortunately, Gene, we're coming to the end of this show.
I'm so sad.
I am too, but let me tell you something.
Sad.
There are some really interesting things about Brazil. We've failed to bring in, but I want to go over them. Population-wise, 5th largest in the world. Brazil's Amazon rainforest is the biggest rainforest in the world. It has the 2nd most airports in the world, around 2,500. It has the most number of species in the world. It was the 9th highest number of billionaires in the world. The longest beach in the world is in Brazil and measures 7,500 kilometers. Brazil is the longest country in the world. Brazil has won the World Cup 5 times, more than any other country. Every city in Brazil has at least one soccer stadium. In 1967...
Soccer is big.
You bet. 1967, a 48-hour ceasefire was declared in Nigeria so that the federal and rebel troops could watch the Brazilian soccer legend Pele play on a visit.
Say that fast 5 times. Pele play.
Pele play. Coca-Cola in Brazil sponsors the Pele Museum on wheels and travels across the country. Brazil has never lost a game when Pele and Caranicha play together. Kaká paid for his brother's education in the best college in Sao Paulo before Rodrigo himself became a football player. Many local players call Brazil O País de Futebol, meaning the country of football. Kaká was twice voted Brazil's sexiest footballer. 2005, a Nike ad starring Ronaldinho was the first video on YouTube to break 1 million views. So you can diss Brazil all you want. It's a pretty magnificent country on the world stage. They got a lot going for it. Every country has its troubles. They got the Olympics going for it for how many days, Gene? Going to be?
Through the 21st of August.
Yeah. They have. Brazil produces 25% of the world's coffee supply. No wonder the best coffee in the world is produced in Brazil, as they're saying. Carnival, Gene.
Carnival
is the most popular festival in Brazil, and thousands of tourists come every year to celebrate it, if not millions. And you want to do that, right?
I do. I'm going. I am going.
You're going. More oil was discovered in Brazil than any other country. Think about that. 2032, Brazil's economy will overtake Germany's.
In when?
2032, Brazil's economy will overtake Germany's.
That's pretty significant.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Christ Redeemer statue in Rio de Janeiro is one of the new 7 wonders of the world, like you just mentioned.
Yes.
Yeah. Brazil is the 4th country in the world to abolish capital punishment. Let's party, dude! We'll let it go this time. More than 180 native languages are spoken in Brazil. The name Brazil comes from a tree called Brazil wood, and Brazil borders every South American country except Chile and Ecuador.
That's a big country.
That got it going for it, right?
It's a big country.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. There's so much culture, so much to do there.
Yeah.
Much great food and drink.
Yeah.
Amazing places to stay. Experiences. The people are wonderful. It's all. I mean, it is. It is a fabulous, fabulous place, and it's hosting the Olympics. Hosting International Olympics right now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's significant.
Yeah. Brazil is the only country in South America that speaks Portuguese. That's
Yes,
Spanish.
I did know that. I did know that.
There are more species of monkeys in Brazil than anywhere in the world. In
Got
Sao
it.
Paulo, locals love pizza. So a lot of people from Chicago must have came from Sao Paulo. Caipirinha is the national drink of Brazil, and Brazil is the largest Portuguese-speaking country. And the more Japanese live in Brazil than anywhere in the world other than Japan.
I was going to say, besides from Japan.
You know? I just think, with all looking at it the other day, there's just a lot going for it.
No, it's a fantastic place. It's been on my bucket list forever. It's fantastic that they have the Olympics there right now. The amazing things to do and see, the culture, the people, like I said earlier, is just fantastic. And so it is the place to go, and actually one of the top trending places to go in 2016.
And that's it. This is Randy and Gene coming to you live.
All right, everybody be safe.
Brazil. Bye-bye.